A legislative instrument which will allow government to use 30% of workers' pensions fund for a mortgage arrangement has been sent to Parliament. On this episode of News Connect on Citi TV, we are asking, should we leverage our pensions fund for a mortgage arrangement? My name is Kojo Achman. Stay tuned. What is your accommodation arrangements like? What has it been over the years?
Well, I have my own house. Yeah, but before that, I was renting in somebody's house. Yeah.
How did it feel when you were renting someone's house?
Oh, it was terrible. Terrible, because anytime that the rent is about expiring, you are just wondering the amount involved in renting or renewing your rent, whether that big chunk of money couldn't have helped you rather acquire your own house. Yeah. So it is actually a relief to have my own house. Yeah.
My personal rent arrangement, it's a little bit tough, especially in Ghana here, young guy like me working, taking peanuts at the end of the month. It's not easy. Well, if you don't squeeze yourself properly, I don't think you can be able to rent a very good place, Mm-hmm. So I'm not getting it easy, but life must still go on.
How much do you pay for rent? How much do you pay for rent?
$250 per month. Yes, and they collected 2 years, so you can imagine.
It ranges between 6,000 to 8,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You must be paying much.
We are trying.
All right. So, how do you feel about paying your landlord this sum of money every 2 years or every 1 year?
Actually, I just started with the renting of places then, but it's stressful looking at the money that is going to that kind of person. But as I said, we are trying.
Would you want to own your own house one day? I believe.
Yeah, definitely.
How would you do this?
It would depend. I'll try to save and then get a land and build. Or if there is an alternative to, I don't mind.
Oh, that is wonderful. In fact, I wish I had that opportunity when I was building my house. It was not easy. I'm a civil servant, and then saving bit by bit. It was not easy. So I think this is a wonderful opportunity to let everybody have the joy of owning their own house so that they will even have some peace. It's not easy, I must tell you, living in a rented apartment.
But how do you want government to go about it? Because we have various housing projects that have stalled. The affordable housing started under President Kufuor, and then the SNIT housing scheme under former President Jerry John Rawlings, and then the Sagleme housing scheme under former President Mahama. All these projects seemingly are stalled.
Well, what I will say is that Ghanaians will want something like harmonization of all these things, because these projects only have meaning when they're harmonized. Because if you look like one project is started, is not completed, and another one is started, is not completed, another one is started, is not, it's just a waste of the, taxpayers' money. So I will think that the government should try to harmonize it, try to see at least where these buildings have reached. They should try and complete them so that people can get in there. And it will even reduce the number of people who will still need houses. But if we see uncompleted houses started by one government, another one come and start with another project. But I will also advise Ghanaians, we need to change our mentality. Because where a particular government come and take over the project of the one that it is taken over from and complete, it looks like the credit is usually given to the preceding one, which is not the best. So the governments are also dancing according to our tune. But there is actually the need for harmonization of all these projects so that there will be value for money.
We have other housing systems in Ghana which are not honoring their promises as they promised. You understand? So, to me, my humble opinion on this is that I don't agree, because already the pension scheme itself, at the end, the little information I've gathered is that even at the end, when you come to retirement, okay, and you're going for your pension, whatever, they will also calculate and take a percentage out of it. So at the end of the day, what you contribute is not what you get. You understand? So let's come to the government initiative that he wants to take now. What is the proof that what they are saying, they're going to do it and do it perfectly? That someone like me at the age of probably 65 or 70, when I come to retirement, I'll get it as easy as they are saying. I don't think it will be all that easy. Just look at how uneasy it is for our parents who are on pension now. And I remember some years ago, I used to, go to and fro around pension house. I see old ladies and old men who walk in, trying to chase some small things. And the way they struggle, Ghana, we are not consistent and we are not straightforward in our decisions that we make. And
so you think this will not in any way improve the working conditions or housing conditions of workers?
My point is, if only they would do it and do it well.
I wouldn't say it's a bad idea, because salaries are very low. So issues like pension fund, people are very sensitive when they talk about pension fund, because already people have issues with SNIT. People will not be too happy when you are going to touch their contributions. But if only this housing scheme can really work, if it's very feasible, if it's extremely feasible, I think people can gradually buy into the idea, because the issue of mortgages are coming out these days. Personally, I'm in the pension industry. Yeah, I'm in the pension industry, and these questions normally are posed to us as to whether we have mortgage arrangements for people, contributors. You understand? Who contributors come to us. But generally salaries, because salaries are very low, issue of mortgage is not feasible. You understand? But SNIT has a strong financial muscle. Pension fund issue of, because SNIT has money. Money, they have a lot of money. If they can really pull this off, it will be a very good idea, because over the years, people don't really know what SNIT does with their contribution. So if they are coming out with a program like this, I think people will buy into it gradually if the education goes down. Yes.
So how do you want this whole arrangement to be like, so that it will be a win-win case for contributors and then pensioners?
No, what I can say is that, basically it's about education. They need to come out, draw this package very well. They need to draw this package very well, because people don't trust SNIT when it comes to issues like this. Because of over the period. So it's like this. Government need to sensitize people, workers. They have to be sensitized, and for them to understand, to know the nitty-gritty, the intricacies of, issues like of this nature, mortgage, so that at the end of the day, as I said, to be a win-win situation, because people have money with SNIT. All this money goes to SNIT, and we don't really know what investment SNIT does.
That will be all for this episode of News Connect on Citi TV. My name is Kojo Achman. Keep watching Citi TV.